Well, we're finally here. We're finally about to finish this game. It's been quite a ride, for me at least, because I've spent months doing this game because I've taken several breaks.
Snake! Did you like my sunglasses?
No, I hated them. You're an asshole.
Weapon at your own brother?
Bet your ass I would.
Disguise yourself as master.
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite
If you're
well,
whoa,
I must say.
there's ironing outside.
Although
If you're my
the
brother,
boss
I would
at the Pentagon are
point a
probably
gun at
saying
you,
the same
no
thing.
problem.
What the hell
Because you're an
are you
asshole.
talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
Diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the
Maybe this was a bad time to start
and
recording.
decoy octopus.
I'm pretty sure that thunder is gonna show up
That's right.
in the recording.
You were sent here to kill
But oh well.
so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox dye.
Fox die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi?
It can and it is, B.
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Dye's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder. Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Dye's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my
Maybe
list
she
of
altered it so that it would take longer to kill Solid Snake here specifically, so that he could go through the whole game without dying, so he could kill everyone else first.
Anyway,
And then later on he would die unsuspectingly to it.
Why's that?
That's just my thought on it.
you were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Armstech president and Decoy Octopus were killed by Fox Dye, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
That's because the script demands it.
Programming.
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
Oh yeah? You sure about that?
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles.
If one of you's got the dominant traits and the other's got the recessive traits, like, exclusively, then I'm not sure your genetic code is all that
Everything
identical.
was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But
You know, if they were looking to clone Big Boss, they would probably want the perfect clone. The perfect possible clone. So if anything, I'm pretty sure both of you are the leftovers to make Solidus.
he always told me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge. You should understand.
Did he really tell you you were inferior, or were you just a salty little bitch that you lost a fist fight as a child to the world's greatest soldier?
Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded.
You're proud that you're garbage? Is that what you're telling me? Liquid, you're something else. You used to be pretty damn cool, in my opinion. But now you're kinda shitty. Metal Gear Solid 5 has retroactively made you a shitty character.
It's moving. How do I stop it?
Well, Oh boy, oh boy. It's time to go into a 1 versus 1 fist fight with a monster, basically. This will be fun. That actually is going to be fun, because I know how to make this boss fight my bitch. Let's see if I can execute it right, though. Gotta get him into a pattern, and then he becomes nothing, basically, with that body armor on. Hello, Metal Gear. Hold on, let me... There we go. Missiles are not what you want. I want that laser to come out. Thank you, speedruns. I learned how to dominate this fight like that from watching speedruns of this game. What do you gotta say to that, Liquid? Did that do it? Nope. Oh, well, we're fucked. Goodbye. Oh, hey. You know, Gray Fox, you're pretty strong. Yeah, you're telling me. Get fucked, boyo. What gun is that, Gray Fox? What gun are you using, and how come we never get to use it? I like just the blaster arm installed on you? Are you Mega Man now?
She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you. Naomi, you're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it. There you are! We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
I really like the Twin Snakes version of this cutscene way better. Because this version, it makes it look like Gray Fox was put down way too fast there.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox.
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
No, I'm gonna sit by and watch him kick your ass.
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
Destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox!
Can you really shoot? You're You'll kill him too!
No, I can't. The game dictates that I can't.
Now, in front of you, I can finally die. After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light.
Can't do it.
But soon, it will finally end. Die! Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Farewell, Gray Fox.
Foolish man! He prayed for death, and it
Well, time to get our revenge on your ass, you piece of shit.
protect anyone, not even yourself.
Oh. Wanna put that theory to the test, my man? Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh shit! Oh, it refilled my health. For some reason I didn't notice that. Come on. You're nothing, Liquid. You're nothing. What do you got? Come on. Take that. You'll crush me into dust, eh?
I'll crush you into dust.
Yeah, I don't think so. Kablam. What? What's the matter? I thought you were gonna crush me into dust. Crush me already. Come on. What are you waiting for, Liquid? Ooh. That seems pretty painful. Well, might as well put the controller down. Gonna be here a while.
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born.
Dominant and recessive genes don't...
What?
I mean...
The genome soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy.
Dominant and recessive genes don't equate to greater or lesser genes. It equates to genes you're more likely to get versus genes you're less likely to get. Liquid, why are you so stupid? Why are you such a petty little piss baby over nothing and everything at the same time?
For everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the genome soldiers. That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The genome soldiers?
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments! 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Sound very confident of yourself there.
Look behind you.
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future.
He does have a
and
name.
even
His
if we
name is
did, it
David.
wouldn't be truly
You also have a
ours.
name, Liquid.
You
Your
and
name
I
is
are just
Eli.
puppets of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed, they've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Tell us something, Colonel.
I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary
It's not
of
destroyed.
Defense heard that Naomi
Gonna sit there for like a
double-crossed us
decade
and
and then be
worried about
reactivated
Fox Die.
in Metal Gear
Now
Solid
there's
4.
no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear. He's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really
Wow, you're
happened
getting
here.
really serious there, Colonel.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but
Literally
I'm
a figurehead here.
command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before
And you know, the
terrorist
entire
attack
time
as
that
a way of
Foxhound
manipulating me.
has been a unit, it hasn't really had
I'm sorry.
any good
They
luck.
forced me to
Seems like it's
cooperate
always
and
under some
exchange
kind
for
of
their life.
scrutiny.
You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel...
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of
And
duty.
you
This is the Secretary
are one of the biggest
Defense,
assholes
Jim
ever.
Oswald.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Yeah, how about you fuck yourself on that?
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
Man,
Bastard.
There won't
me and my support team, we just didn't have any kind of control at all throughout this game.
I'm sure the president would want the same
That sucks.
President ordered this?
The president is a busy man.
President ordered this? You know I'd believe it.
Here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart.
Sounds like one of the most simple
You'll be
cover
murdering
stories
everyone here.
anyone
The
could come up with.
scientists, the
Cover up.
Genome Army, everyone.
Like, just fucking
Donald, the
nuclear
DARPA
explosion.
chief is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
What an asshole.
There's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything from me. Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death.
Yeah,
can
well, that's
return
not
to
gonna
me
come
what is
for
right.
like another decade, pal, and you're gonna die in like,
Beautiful sacrifice
I
of
don't,
the final battle.
20 minutes from now?
Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
I don't... Okay. What?